Susuri! Oh, little one, you truly are poisoned for life, aren't you? Oh, this is terrible. This is a tragedy. Oh, no. And the poor thing, she's just addicted to these toxic berries now. Oh, dear. What's going to happen? Can we even destroy the bush? We don't even have enough strength to destroy the bushes and tear her away from these terrible toxic berries. But, well, I suppose everything in life could serve a purpose, like cough cough, unlocking that beautiful toxic body that would add so many bright, beautiful colors to our tribe. But hello everyone, and welcome back to Seeker's Journey and the Berry Petal Tribe, where we are currently working on the Smell Seekers era, seeking out everything smelly and delightful that we could possibly get our paws on to be able to eat, sniff, and basically roll in. The stinkier it is, the worse it would be for your dog to roll in it, the happier that the Berry Petal Tribe is to have discovered it. And last time we actually ran into some toxic bushes, and it occurred to us that sweet little Susuri might actually try to nibble the berries because she left her mother's side. Her mother, wonderful little Rose Frost over here, who was dedicated to taking care of this tree for a long time of her adult life. She left her mother's side, ready to search out a berry bush of her own, and she found a berry bush, but when she ate the berries, they began to make her very sick. Rose Frost has rushed over here to try to see what has happened to her daughter, why her daughter is getting sick, and while these two are frantically trying to figure out what's going on, I think young Huckleberry here might actually go ahead and try to nibble some of the toxic berries too. Oh, tragedy upon tragedy. And I am a little bit hesitant to do that because I know it would actually make him sick. And apparently once they are poisoned for life. But none of our nichelings over here can destroy the bushes. And by having some of our nichelings eat those toxic berries, we are getting a little closer to unlocking that toxic body ability. So I think that is something we're going to do. We're saying that an era of toxicity, of addiction to these toxic berries has fallen upon the tribe, and Susuri cannot help herself, but she cannot turn away. She can't get enough of these berries, and now that she has started to eat them, she can't stop. Her mother is frantic. Rose Frost doesn't know what to do. She's trying to destroy the berry bushes, but nothing happens. And little Huckleberry, because he's young and he just wants to be somebody strong that View here can look up to, I think little Huckleberry actually would try nibbling on those toxic berries as well, right behind Rose Frost's back. And don't worry, this all has a very tragic purpose, and not just unlocking that toxic body, because look at that, now we're one step closer to unlocking toxic body, but the other purpose that it serves is that it might actually encourage View, who thinks the worst thing he has to deal with over here is getting this rabble out of the area and away from raiding the berry bushes. It might encourage him to actually start adding claw into the family tree, which we are going to desperately need if we are going to try to raid the jungles, so that some of our nichelings can start balancing out all of these fantastic nimble fingers with some new abilities that will help us as we go past the twirly doodly doo grass and push our way north to hopefully land on this grassy area and cross our fingers and paws and any other appendages that we may have, and hope that it will take us somewhere near a beautiful, smelly jungle island. Dun 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 dun! But until then, we will continue to land some of our berry-colored nichelings very close to some of the berry bushes so that they can continue to collect up to their heart's content and hopefully get us tons of food to rely on when we jump islands. So let's go ahead and have the berry collecting ones gather up their berries. I think that Parmesan actually will have become quite comfortable with trying to lead these two berry spots. Then we've got little Mulberry, who's going to jump over here next to her mother, who's quite annoyed that these rabbles, have been raiding her berry bush. So she's going to defend her little territory right here. And then over here, we have the wandering raclette of the eyebrows that are totally on fleek, as all of you guys are saying, which I have to admit is above my head with the memes, but at least y'all are happy. So raclette is more assigned to exploring because she is a patterned nicheling, and they're considered the administrative nichelings, responsible for doing the boring stuff like exploring, making sure that there's enough nesting material to go around, etc., etc. So she's been assigned to go out and just start like searching for new berry bushes. I think we'll say that that's like her job, is to locate different berry bushes and kind of find where they're at and mark them so that other nichelings can come and gather from them. And I think Ramuku here is sort of enchanted with those amazing eyebrows, and he's been following her kind of from a distance but doesn't want to startle her, so we'll let him jump up here, and we might let them have a baby pretty soon because they do actually have the immunity genes that would be very nice to pair together. And then over here, Bush, he kind of just like jumps around taking care of a few things here, a few things there. There's so much regrowable grass. It's almost like because he's not really a berry and he's not really patterned, he's sort of caught between the two worlds. And so he sort of guards his very own little bush and just helps to mow down all this grass because we have too much grass all over the place. All right, so there's that group. And then over here, we've got poor Susuri, who is indeed addicted to these new berries. Her mother, Rose Frost, is frantic about that, trying to figure out what to do for her daughter. Amy here definitely would be done with these bunnies. I don't think she wants to eat the bunnies, but she's annoyed that they've been like raiding and destroying her berry bushes. And I think that Magnolia are camouflage. We actually are going, or mimicry. We're going with the idea that Magnolia is practicing mimicry. She's not like Amy of the, not like Amy or Yui, excuse me, of the first island we were on with the berry petal tribe, where she wants to befriend the bunnies. She tries to look like a bunny so that she can eat them. She's trying to go undercover so that she can numb up all of those little rabbles to her heart's content. So we will actually have her go and explore and kind of chase down the rabbles. And she wants to get away from the sun and kind of into more shadowed areas too. Dun dun dun! And she jumped right out of the bushes, and I think really impressed Lilium there with being able to deliver a whole bunch of delicious food. So I think we'll go ahead and let Lilium nibble some of these, like some of that delicious rabbit meat. And Ramon here has fallen for Lilium, and a lot of you guys want her to be able to have multiple babies. So let me see. I think Ramon would kind of try to show Lilium like this beautiful spot with the flowers and everything, and wouldn't that be so nice to make a nest? And Lilium's kind of a mysterious nicheling. She and Ramon might have a fishing-tailed child, and they might have a big-nosed child if I have Ramon possibly pass that on to his children. So I'm going to give him that. And then they might... What other kind of trait would be really good? If she's just kind of a weird one who likes the streams and the waterways. No, she more likes the swamp and exploring. So what could I possibly... Maybe he's really good at digging pod? Do they have a lot of roots nearby? Not really. There's not really a lot of roots in this area. I feel like Lilium would be impressed by that show of strength. So we'll go ahead and possibly pass on Claw down her line. And then maybe ram horns? Why not? Like Lilium, ram horns, that seems to go together for some reason. And we'll have her go ahead and jump up. I sort of feel like she would love this spot. So we'll go ahead and have her jump up here. And Ramon will be like, oh, Lilium, please, won't you share your wonderful life with me? And I think we'll go ahead and she'll be like, well, if we had a nest. I just realized they don't have the nesting material. Look at her belly. Her belly becomes red when she's pregnant. That's so interesting because normally it's just got that little stripe down it. That is so cool. And speaking of red nichelings, we have Malari over here who still desperately wants to continue searching on. And look at that. Malari! I think she would be proud as punch that she has had a beautiful peppermint child. What the heck? Lala is? What a name. Let's go ahead and pick a new name for this beautiful little one. We're going to go ahead and name her Kalari. Oh my gosh, yes. Because we have Malari here, and then the name literally the name that popped up on my niche names list, which is built out of hundreds of names that you guys have suggested across hundreds of episodes of niche. And really, you could do it too. Just like I just copy paste the names into a giant Notepad++ file. It's literally that easy, and it's literally something you can do. But I think that Malari definitely would have a child that she would name Kalari, and that's the name that popped up when I just randomly scrolled on the list, because she would name her daughter somewhat after herself. And what a beautiful set of antler ears we have going on here. I feel like Malari would be extremely proud of her beautiful daughter. She doesn't really look like a berry, but she does look like a very pretty flowery sort of look, like a peppermint look. And I kind of want to go with the idea that maybe some of these nichelings for some reason just smell a little bit like peppermint. So we'll kind of go with that idea. We'll roll with it. Maybe each nicheling and their different appearances have really unique scents. And like our pattern nichelings, for instance, maybe one of the reasons they're not really that attractive are they don't really have a scent, or they sort of smell like rocks or dirt. Meanwhile, Strawberry here, while she may not seem traditionally attractive, smells like strawberries. She smells like a berry, so that makes her really attractive to the rest of the tribe. So little Kalari, I think, might smell a bit like mint, which may kind of remind some of the nichelings of more frozen, cold, chilly lands, especially because she has that big body that's really good with cold resistance. But I really like her. Talk about getting some of those unexpected recessive traits. Awesome. And also we're going to already have to assign to little Kalari the normal eyesight, because she does not have normal eyesight, and her mama might need to have that as a possible trait to give to more children. I think Malari would be so proud that she would definitely start trying to wiggle down. Oh, and there's a whole tree stump, and she might try to find her way to Raman again so she can have more peppermint babies. And then over here, Camembert, and thank you guys for letting me know that yes, we did indeed already have a nicheling named Camembert, and we had to abandon him in the March of the Cheeses, the March of the Stinky Cheeses, and I totally forgot about that, so I feel a little bit badly. But Camembert and Kalari might actually have good babies together. They would have very, very, very interesting babies with those antlers, that's for sure. We might end up not going to a jungle after all. We might end up going to like an icy land. Who knows? I have plans, but we've got to kind of roll with whatever the nichelings end up doing, like eating toxic berries back here. So I'm going to go ahead and just take the bullet and he's got really good traits, so I do want him to have some babies. And he would actually be really good for Kalari. Oh, what to do? Huckleberry, and he probably smells good. And I mean, we've got Camembert here, but he does have webbed hind legs. All right, I probably can't play fast and loose with my males because we have more females than males. So we'll go ahead and say that Rose Frost catches the little one right before he tries to eat the berries and pushes him away desperately. He's like yelling, "No, don't do it. Don't do it. There's something wrong with these terrible toxic berries." And we will have Susuri be the current one addicted to those berries and eating them. Hopefully getting a little closer to unlocking that beautiful toxic body. And all right, Rose Frost, I think she would maybe be able to explain what's going on to Runini and to View. And so Runini and View might think about the practicalities of needing to have a little bit more strength. So we'll give them both the ability to possibly pass down strength. And I feel like, let's see, if they're the administrative team and they have just been told that there is a dangerous toxic berry out there that they need to worry about, then I would be... Oh, Via, come on. You're supposed to worry about strength because none of our nichelings can destroy the toxic berry bushes right now. Like, if we sent these ones over there, they wouldn't be able to destroy the toxic berry bushes. I think that would upset them a little bit, so they want to have more strength to be able to destroy those bushes. Runini, we'll go ahead and have her clear the area. And then we will send... Let's see, View. I think he's going to make an administrative decision and destroy some of the old nest because we have this permanent nest that Dodomingo is so kindly keeping warm for us. So we'll let these two kind of get a good eye of Susuri's condition and then decide what to do. But they also know that they need to pass on their genes pretty soon, because we do indeed need to make sure they have their bebés. There's a lot of rabbles around the place. I wonder if that would also be a decision or a reason that they would decide to focus on trying to find nichelings with more strength, because there's a lot of rabbits starting to raid the berries, and that is making some of the most highly esteemed of the nichelings in the family tree complain a lot. I think Strawberry would have some pretty strong words about having her berry bushes raided. And Strawberry, let's see, she's got spots, her daughter has spots. Is there anything that she could pass on a little bit better to her daughter? Not really, unless it was like specific coloring. I kind of think they'd be fun for Strawberry, or maybe like specific eyes, so we could get the like berry eyes. I'm gonna try to do berry eyes, and then Strawberry, we'll also give her maybe black pattern, so we can actually get like spotted berry, like berry spots, or like little Strawberry. All right, but yeah, I think that Runini and View, as the administrative leaders, would start thinking, I think we need more strength, because they need to get rid of these toxic berry bushes so that nichelings won't get addicted to them. And they also need to get rid of all of these rabbits that are raiding everything. So they will start thinking about having stronger members of the tribe, which may begin with their very own children. All right, and then over here, I think Magnolia might go ahead and just destroy this bush. So we'll go ahead and see what we're gonna do. Yay, rain! A sight that normally makes all of the berry nichelings very excited. No! Amy! Camembert, I'm so sorry, your mother has passed on. Oh, what an event. I think Huckleberry would come over because he would hear the little one calling out. And then from across the way, Kalari catches eye. Like, she gets to see Huckleberry and she gets to see Camembert for the first time. And thankfully, let's see, C and A. Yes, thankfully they could both be mates with her, so that might work out well. And Mulberry, could you be? Oh, Camembert would actually be a good mate. Either of them would be good mates for her. Huzzah! So we might be able to carry on our generations like that. Magnolia, I'm gonna try to not make her have to eat the toxic berry, but see, she can't destroy it either. So strength apparently needs to be higher than 3 to destroy those toxic berries. Oh, that's really high. I didn't expect it to have to be so high. We're gonna let Magnolia do a little bit of fishing though. Apparently she's good at that, and I think she prefers the nice shadowy waters, so we might keep her over here for a little bit. And then over here, Lilium finally has what she needs to be able to have her own nest here in these shadowy lands. I think Ramon is relieved and busy clearing things away. And little does he know, as he pushes the grass aside, the twirly diddly do grass that smells so odd and interesting, kind of like peppermint the way he smells, Malari suddenly leaps out from the bushes. There you are! And she is very excited to see Ramon again. And then just as quickly as she tackles him, she jumps back into the nest because she wants to have more beautiful daughters that can hopefully bring her quite a lot of pride in the tribe. All right, and then over here, the tragedy of Susuri being continually addicted to these terrible berry bushes continues. And her mother desperately running in circles, trying to figure out how she can get rid of these things so her daughter won't be as addicted to them anymore and will stop eating them, and getting us a little bit closer every time to the toxic body ability. And some of you guys have pointed out, if you have a nicheling that does not have very high collecting skill, they can collect from the toxic berry bushes, and their attempts will count as unlocking toxic body, but they may not actually harvest the berry. So you can kind of like cheaty not take the damage from eating a berry, but work your way towards toxic body that way. However, we did a really good job of spreading nimble fingers in our entire tribe. So I think there's literally not a single tribe member who would not end up eating the toxic berries, but I do think that they might create a little bit of an addiction amongst some of our tribe members right now. Like maybe Bush. I feel like he might cause some problems with that. And what are his genes? A and F. Ooh, C and G. I think Bush is a little bit tired of life out here in the bushland, and he's going to start wiggling his way over in search of a lovely lady, maybe snagging a feather if he can from that Dodomingo. And we'll have Mulberry gather from this bush, and we might have Bush say hello, not to Parmesan because she's too closely related, to the lovely Strawberry, who might be ready to have another child of her own, especially if somebody could get over here and help her to fight off all of these bunnies that are eating all the berries off her bushes. Meanwhile, let's see, A and F. Parmesan is kind of growing up like a quiet little princess on the edges here, and I need her to be able to have a mate. A and F, D and F, F and G. Oh dear. See what I mean? A and F. So Parmesan, she just isn't really seeing anybody out there who she would consider as possible mate material just yet. So she might get a little bit restless. And even though she's been gifted, because of her beautiful berry and stinky cheese scent status, 2 berry bushes to take care of, I feel like she might kind of hoof it going to look for a new man, because everybody else doesn't really smell right to her because they're so closely related. And then speaking of new guys, I mean, we do have Ramuku here, but he's not going to live long enough for her to wiggle over there. But speaking of all of this, I think that Racolette might finally catch on to the fact that she's been being followed, and Ramuku is going to go ahead and give it his all. Be like, I've fallen in love with you, Racolette. You and your gorgeous eyebrows. And oh no, then he finds the toxic berry bushes. I hope he doesn't eat one. And then Racolette's distracted, looking around, trying to use her nose to find a good nest site. Just noticing there's this odd berry bush. I wonder if I should have Ramuku go ahead and maybe eat from that berry bush. Who knows? I don't really want to because I don't have that many spare males that we can do that with. And then right over here, Runini, she would be noticing this tragedy with the toxic berry bushes, and she would also be noticing that they have a lot of problems right now. I think she would have to talk to Viu, like, we're having a lot of issues with all of these bunnies stealing the berries. How will we support our growing tribe if this continues? And Viu might really, they have kind of like a logical, almost arranged relationship here. But I feel like they would definitely give quite a bit of thought to the fact that they need to have more strength, stronger claws, and maybe, ooh, some ram horns. Let's get those ram horns in here. Yeah, that'll be nice. Let's see what happens there. But they would give more thought into needing to have stronger members in this particular family. All right, and let's go ahead and see what happens. Babies! Oh my gosh, we got the achievement copy paste! Identical twins! Somebody had identical twins! We have identical twin boys! Holy moly, Malari. Identical twin boys who also have antlers, and they happen to have the like big noses and bright red coloring. Malari, okay, you win. You have like the most attractive babies ever. I will let you have many more. They're gonna start exploring to the north. You definitely are, like, with those beautiful blue eyes. She's like, yeah, I told you. If they had just made me queen from the get-go, we wouldn't be here. So yeah, wow, holy moly. And then holy days, we've got big ears and beautiful ram horns. Suddenly there's peppermint. Oh my gosh, look at the size of these ears. Suddenly there's just like peppermint babies all over the place. Ah, oh, Ramon, I'm so happy for you. I can't believe this. Isn't his first daughter like Magnolia? Like, isn't she literally, who's her father? Oh, Stilton was her father. Oh, Stilton and Sugar were her parents. I could have sworn that Ramon had, he's got a lot of kids. Mulberry is apparently one of his children. Kalari is one of his children. He's got a lot of kids. Jeez, Ramon. I didn't realize Racolette was also one of his children. He has really cool kids. Wow. Anyway, what an event. I'm a little bit sad that we unlocked the copy paste achievement in this tribe because the legend seekers are trying to unlock the achievements in the niche live streams that we do every Saturday. And that's one of the ones that we possibly could have gotten, but that's okay. There's other achievements to work towards, and talk about really cool. I mean, I think that this is one very proud nicheling mama. She has definitely won fame and acclaim, and with those beautiful blue eyes and just the shape of her face, I think Malari knows she's kind of like the queen of beauty on the island. Even if she doesn't smell as strongly as of berries as Strawberry, she's doing a really good job by having lots of great kids and really getting a lot of fame for it. So wow, yeah, I think that she's going to be pouncing Ramon again for sure. Oh my goodness. So all right, we'll figure out what we're gonna do with that group in a minute. And then down here, look at this little girl. Oh, she's beautiful. Vernini. So Vernini has just had a gorgeous child that I'm going to go ahead and we're going to name her. I'm going through the name list just to make sure we can find something. We'll go with Suji. Let's go with Suji. And the name is suggested by one of our viewers who says that they think that name means the seer. And I think that goes really well with the sort of bird shape of the mask that these nichelings seem to have. Like they sort of are far seeing. They have a little bit more to them than most. She does have the big nose, thank goodness. So little Suji here has big nose. She's got claw. She looks like a very calm nicheling, just like her mother, Runini. So hopefully she can help out with destroying some of the berry bushes. Hopefully she can help out with being able to actually like get rid of some of these bunnies. I think that would make her family a very relief for taking care of the administrative side of things. Oh, holy moly, that's a lot going on. We still have Rocolette heavily pregnant back there. And then what are we going to name the boys? Okay, hang on a second. We'll come over to this awesome guy who's currently named Roro. And he has got only 2 attack because he's got medium body. He's got some fishing because he has fishing tail. No way. Oh my gosh, what a cool nicheling. Look at his legs. They're mismatched and everything. He does have a little fishing tail. What an odd little creature he is. What a unique little thing. Okay, what am I going to name him? I feel like he would be like really interesting and possibly smell quite lovely. So I think we're gonna go ahead and give him the name. Hang on, I'm looking down my list here. I want to find something that fits, but it's really hard because everything sounds kind of let's see. Let's go with Swiss. Because I'm pretty sure the Swiss flag has some of these colors going on. And well, actually not Swiss, forgive me. It's just, I feel like he's part of the mint line and like the floral line. And he's starting to smell a little bit more like floral pieces now. So let's go with, didn't we have a basil a short while ago? I feel like we just had a basil. Ooh, radish! Oh, I love it! We're gonna go with the name Radish. I'm sorry that takes me so long to decide sometimes. I just need to roll with it more often. But there we go. We've got little Radish, and then we have the 2 identical twin boys, Neuronu and Neuro. And I'm actually going to leave that because that's amazing. That's amazing that the names are so close. We might call them Mironu. So let's go with Mironu. And then his identical twin brother is going to be Minuro. There we go. So we've got Mironu, and then we've got Minuro. And I think that's perfect. And we went with the me because Malari would definitely name her identical twin boys after herself. So what a twist. What a twist. I think Malari would be absolutely crowing with happiness and like, oh my gosh, I can't believe what I did. Immediately run over and get Ramon's attention. I think Ramon would be a little bit perplexed and also felt caught in the middle. We'll go ahead and have Lilium. I think Lilium's much more practical about these things. Just like, yeah, he has pretty babies. They smell like mint. That's pretty cool. And Ramon's just like, well, okay. So we'll go ahead and we'll kind of let him, he's keeping an eye, might want to jump up here and see his amazing new identical sons, get a good look at them. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this has happened. There's quite a bit going down. All right, we're gonna have Bush jump over here, and he's going to protect the Fair Lady Strawberry's precious berry collection from all of these awful little rabbits that keep eating them, those rabbles. He just can't believe that they would dare to the fair strawberry and her lovely strawberry scent eat all of her berry bushes. That's just such an affront. And then I think Parmesan's gonna start getting a little bit restless, a little bit bored, a little bit eager to maybe find a male of her own. So she might kind of, in the middle of all this chaos, might kind of slip away this direction. We'll go ahead and let her do that. I think Viu would be like frantically trying to repair nest and take care of everything. Well, you know, there is a nest over here, a permanent nest that's not being used, and I feel like Runini would be like, oh, Viu, we should just destroy that old one and take care of the practicalities. Like, there's a perfectly good old nest up there. It may be Dodomingo infested, but we can do something about that. So we'll go ahead and let them start working on having more children. But I do feel like he would want to make sure everything was nice and tidy, cleared up. He is an administrator after all. And then tragically, back at the back here, Susuri, still addicted to these terrible toxic berries, but getting us just a tiny bit closer, almost a fifth closer to unlocking that toxic body. Oh, forgive me, Susuri. I'm so sorry about that. Rose Frostbite tried to like dig them up. Oh no, there's another one. Oh no, it's a den of awfulness that her daughter will just be terribly addicted to. Oh, Susuri, I am so sorry. I think that Rose Frost would desperately want to see all these berries gotten rid of and want stronger nichelings to come and remove them forevermore. All right, well, we still have a little bit to do, but we're starting to get our ground under ourselves for sure. We're definitely going to see Malari's line probably carve a swath up to the north, and then we'll just have to see who we end up sending, but we're definitely getting some adventurous nichelings. We're starting to unlock some unexpected achievements. We are starting to get some very beautiful, stunning nichelings because, oh my gosh, Kalari. And we're just going to have to see where the tribe goes. I can try to manipulate and guide their genetics as much as I can before we really get moving. But honestly, whatever we end up with when we get up to the north and we're going to keep moving in search of that stinky tail, we're just going to roll with it. So we'll just see where we end up. But all right, guys, I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.